Say on streets.
Our streets.
Say on streets. And main it.
Right.
Main it. Whose streets?
Our streets.
Word on the beat, word on the beat, word on the beat.
Time after use. Time after use. Time after use. Time after use. Time after
What up? It's your boy Bass. Y'all tuned in to another episode of IN's podcast. In this episode in particular, man, we gonna be keeping it real, but we gonna be talking about that money, man, like for real. And the last, we always talk about finances and stuff like that. We started IN's investment group, which I started also a Facebook group, but as I've been on this entrepreneur grind, man, we've been talking about real estate, we've been talking about stock. Now I want to talk about credit, man. Credit is real, especially growing up in a black community. And man, if you come from the hood, dog, like, let's be real, a lot of times, just due to just lack of just understanding the credit and just financial awareness, a lot of times it's like, shoot, your credit take a hit, you feel me? Being late on bills, you feel me, repossessions, all type of stuff. You went to school loans and all type of stuff. So about time, you feel me, you start tapping into like really buying cars and houses and stuff like that, your credit start to really take a hit. Like it really start to really show when you really start to want to open up a house. I said open up a house, buy a house, and you got to go open up like a loan or something like that. Lately, it's been harder for a lot of individuals to acquire those type of loans to really that's junk started, and it really just been due to credit score. You feel me? So I've been making it just really my main goal and objective to really improve my own credit, because let's be real, we call it ends eating the streets, which means making the most out of your current circumstance. And man, we starting from the ground up, building from the ground up. My credit isn't perfect. You feel me? That's why I be using my own testimony. Shoot, my credit isn't perfect. You feel me? I made a lot of bad decisions in the past. Shoot, I even tried a credit builder loan. And then I just ain't followed through with it. You feel me? It was a different process. They ended up giving me some money. And I just failed on making the payments, man, and that ended up on my credit. But luckily it wasn't for that, for that much, but it ended up on my credit. You feel me? And it had an effect, ended up dropping my credit. So now, I got to double back and try to work to improve that, which means I got to have good credit history showing, on time payments. But then when you start figuring out, I told you about the whole house, buying a house and stuff like that, you start figuring out that there's not just one credit bureau that they report to, like credit card companies, stuff like that report to. It's three of them. You feel me? And a lot of times when these lenders and stuff like that, they pulling these credit reports, they not just looking at one, they looking at like two. And you don't know which ones it is. I think it's like your FICO score or something like that, and it's a few scores and a few companies that do it, and they got their own measurements, you feel me, on it at the same time, like measurements of how they calculate your credit score. So long story short, one thing that always affects your credit score is on-time payments, and you feel me, and open accounts. You feel me? So if you don't really got no credit history, it's because due to lack of open accounts and due to it's just proof of just on-time payments. And just from the individuals that surround me, my elders, you feel me? Like I got individuals around me, man, that's older than me, man, that's willing to share their own experiences, what they've been through. You're just dealing with credit cards and just paying off loans and just dealing with credit. But also from the knowledge I've been seeking, you feel me? YouTube, all type of stuff, you feel me? Where it was basically saying that don't always do the minimum. A lot of times, man, we do like the minimum requirement. If they say like, shoot, you could just pay $20 today or something like that, then you just keep paying the minimum and also paying ahead of time. So long story short, you feel me? Somebody was saying that, like, you feel me? If you really want to try to boost your credit score, you really want to try to make, big improvements, pay a little bit early and pay a little bit more. They'll never pay like the minimum. Pay more than the minimum. Once you pay that out, like once you show that you can pay more than the actual payment and you can make it ahead of time and you making it on time, that's what they really want to see. And just in that short amount of time of me doing it, it was crazy. Like, I ended up getting an email like, dang, like, we seen improvements in your credit score. We're like, well, it basically said, like, we seen a change in your credit score. I got alerts whenever my credit changed. So it was like, we seen, like a change in your credit score. I went on there and it was saying that, like, dang, your credit score improved, I think it was it 39 or 49? I think it was like 39 or 49 points, basically, long story short. And, and that's big. Like, especially when you start talking about credit, that's big. And I ain't even been using it that long. I just recently just started using this whole platform. The platform I'm talking about is Self.inc. And I'm going to have it's a link in the description below. It's basically, they got two products.